Hellabuck. He asked if she was lodged. She's not lodged here. She's speaking in Sheboygan, but I did not have a writ, nor did I know that she was lodged at all. So I'm not sure.
Let me, let's call that case. Mr. Truch, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We're calling the matter of People versus Heidi Hellabuck. This is file number 255402. If I could have the lawyers put your appearances on.
Sierra Cook on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush appearing on behalf of Ms. Hellabuck. I understand, I think there may have been a mix-up here. Ms. Hellabuck is lodged, I think, in Sheboygan's jail. I have been in good communication with her. I've had several meetings with her in the jail. She is set to be released on the 11th, and it was our intentions to proceed forward with the trial. I don't see any reason that we can't proceed forward with it, given, again, the communications I've had with her, and that I'm aware she's set to be released before that date.
Okay. Ms. Cope.
I was not aware that she was in the jail. We're ready to proceed to trial.
Okay. All right. Well, this was the date for the final status conference, and the record should reflect Ms. Hellabuck is not present due to incarceration, as we've discussed. But Mr. Trush, have you discussed with her that the matter of the plea cutoff, and that if she elects to go to trial, that's the way we're going to proceed?
Correct, Your Honor. I would also indicate, for the record, there was an offer made that contemplated a misdemeanor, a plea to an attempted R&O. I discussed what the plea cutoff meant. She was not inclined to accept that. Okay.
All right, so we'll proceed to trial as scheduled on August 13th. I'll ask counsel and Mr. Truch if you can communicate with your client, although it is on the notice of hearing, of course, that she needs to be here and ready to go by 8:30 on the morning of the 13th. I believe Ms. Cope's already submitted the proposed jury instructions. So I think we're ready to go there. Ms. Cope, are there any other matters that we need to address before we go forward with the trial?
No, but I did just confirm that she is in Sheboygan jail.
And Mr. Truch, just for the record, I do have your instructions as well that you submitted. Is there anything else that you need to address for the record here today?
Just two things briefly. One, I would indicate the court made some reference to when Ms. Hellabuck is supposed to be present for the trial. I discussed trial procedure with her as well, when she needs to be there, all of those things. Additionally, I was going to address for the court, I did submit, I think it was 2 instructions that I think weren't tailored by the prosecutor to this case. So I tailored them. Outside of that, we have no objection to the prosecutor's submitted instructions.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all that we have for that file. Is Ms. Harriman here? Ms. Harriman, could you come up to the podium, please? Go on the record in People versus Angel Harriman. This is file number 255417. The record should reflect Ms. Harriman's present here in the courtroom today. Mr. Truch, how did you want to proceed with this file?
Thank you, Your Honor. I will be asking for one more adjournment on this case. When we were last here, we identified to the court there was a matter in Otsego County. So to kind of give the court the full view of things, there was a matter in Otsego County. Then the matter in Crawford County came up. Then there was an older matter in time in Otsego County that was delayed. We just waived that up to the circuit court. We have a global offer from the prosecutor in Otsego County, and I would say I'm cautiously optimistic that offer may resolve this case as well. So again, I think if the court were to give us just one more adjournment, I think we're pretty close to being there on this one.
So,
I'd have no objection. I agree with that. I've talked to the Otsego County prosecutor about that case there.
okay, Mr. Truch, should we set this for hearing in September then?
If we utilize the mid-month day in September, I think that would be sufficient.
Okay. Ms. Harriman, have you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Trush about this?
About the adjournment.
Do you have any objection to that? Okay. Okay, so we'll set it for the mid-September date. Ms. Harriman will send you a notice of the date and time of that hearing. Make sure that stay in touch with Mr. Trush so that we're all ready to proceed at that time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Trush, is there anything else we need to address for the record on Ms. Harriman's case?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Ms. Coe?
Nothing further.
Ms. Harriman, do you have any questions?
No, you're.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hensler here?
Your Honor,
Yes.
this is the probation violation hearing for him. The court has signed an absconding warrant for him because he failed to report to his probation officer, so it is unlikely that he will appear.
Okay, so this is file number 225113 versus Jonathan Hensler. So for the record, I will proceed further on that case once he's arrested, brought before the court.
Your Honor, just for the record, Richard Trush appearing as duty attorney. I did try to make contact with Mr. Kinsler. I was not able to do so.
Okay, thank you. People versus Andrew Mahalik, case number 255432.
All right, let's talk about that. Judge George Mertz had a straightforward docket today, and his style was exactly what you'd expect from a judge who's seen it all measured, patient, and just a touch no nonsense when it came to keeping things on track. First up was the matter of People v. Heidi Hellabuck, where the big surprise was that the judge didn't even know she was currently lodged in Sheboygan's jail. That little mix-up caused a brief moment of logistical confusion, but defense attorney Richard Trush quickly filled in the gaps, confirming he'd been in good communication with her and was confident the trial could proceed as scheduled. He even explained the plea offer something about reducing the charge to an attempted misdemeanor, which she declined, preferring to head to trial. Judge Mertz reminded everyone that the plea cutoff had passed and emphasized the importance of Ms. Hellabuck being ready to go at 8:30 sharp on trial day. You could tell he wanted to make sure no one could claim surprise later. Both sides seemed well prepared on their jury instructions, though Trush did point out he'd tailored a couple of the prosecutor's instructions to better fit the case. It was handled politely and professionally, and the judge moved right. A long dot, then came People v. Angel Harriman, and here we got a glimpse of how interconnected cases can slow everything down. Trush, again at the defense table, laid out a procedural maze involving cases in both Otsego and Crawford counties. Apparently, there's a global offer in the works that might wrap up multiple cases at once, and both sides seemed cautiously optimistic. The judge agreed to one more adjournment, setting it for mid-September, but not before confirming that Ms. Harriman was on board with the plan. Her short, polite yes made it clear she was content to follow counsel's advice. Finally, there was the matter of Jonathan Pinsler, a probation violation hearing that didn't get very far because, well, he didn't show. An absconding warrant had already been issued, and the judge made it clear nothing more could happen until he was brought in. Trush noted he'd tried to reach him with no luck, and that was that. Overall, the courtroom atmosphere was calm, efficient, and businesslike. There were a few small moments of humor in the polite back and forth, especially the initial, "Wait, where is she?" moment in Hellabuck's case, but nothing that derailed the proceedings. Judge Mertz kept things moving without ever sounding impatient, and the attorneys, especially Trush, who seemed to be everywhere today, were steady and professional. It wasn't high drama, but it was a good reminder that most of the real work in a courtroom happens in these procedural, detail-heavy hearings, and how much smoother things go when everyone is prepared. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone,